Welcome back to another lesson. Today we're going to listen for main ideas and details. Listen for data and take notes. And predict potential future impacts based on current trends.
Audio track 2.5.
Hello and welcome to this panel discussion on fast fashion, part of the annual Festival of Ideas here in Toronto. This discussion is titled Fast Fashion, Threats and Solutions, and this year we have three experts from different fields. Sara Flores from Chile. Welcome, Sara.
Thank you. Good to be here.
And you're a lecturer in fashion technology, is that right?
Yes, that's right.
And next to Sara, we have Yuan Xu from China. Welcome, Yuan.
Thank you.
And you're an environmental scientist and author of a book on the topic of fast fashion.
That's right.
And finally, we have Megan Turner, a well-known fashion journalist and blogger from here in Canada. Welcome, Megan.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yuan, I'd like to start with you.
Audio track 2.6.
Yuan, I'd like to start with you. Exactly how big is the fashion industry?
It's huge. Fashion is a $1.4 trillion industry, employing hundreds of millions of people around the world. It's enormous.
And Yuan, can you explain what fast fashion is?
I'll try. Fast fashion is the business of manufacturing and selling huge quantities of cheap clothing in response to the latest fashion trends. It's an idea that's been around for the last 30 years or so. And just to give you an idea of how big the fashion business is, 20 years ago, we manufactured about 20 million items of clothing a year globally. Now, it's around 100 billion items a year. That's many more items than 20 years ago.
For sure. Those are huge numbers. Sara, let me turn to you. What, for you, is the biggest cost of fast fashion?
It's the environmental destruction caused by fast fashion. Let me give you an example. There is a lake in Central Asia called the Aral Sea. It used to be 26,000 square miles. It was the fourth biggest lake in the world. Now, 90% of the water is gone. In fact, much of what used to be the bottom of the lake is now desert. Why? Because for the last 50 or 60 years, the water that used to flow into the lake has been used to grow cotton. Most of the water has completely disappeared.
Megan, would you agree that fast fashion causes huge environmental problems?
Obviously, fast fashion is a huge business, so it comes with a cost. But it also has a lot of benefits.
Benefits? Sorry to interrupt, but could I just say something?
Sure. Just let me finish this one point. Fast fashion has benefits. For example, Cotton farming gives work to 100 million farmers around the world.
Yuan?
Fast fashion is bad for the planet. If it's bad for the planet, it's bad for all of us. To grow the cotton for just one pair of jeans takes almost 2,000 gallons of water. 2,000 gallons!
What other environmental costs does fast fashion have? Yuan?
Well, the newest problem that we're facing is caused by the microfibers from synthetic fabrics. Use of fabrics like polyester and nylon is accelerating. And in fact, polyester makes up over half of all fabric used by the fashion industry now. That's around 50 million tons.
And what makes microfibers in those fabrics a problem, Yuan?
Ah, good question. Those fabrics are made of plastic, and when we wash those synthetic fabrics, the plastic begins to break down into tiny pieces called microfibers. Those microfibers end up polluting the environment. They end up in our rivers and oceans where they're getting eaten by fish, and eventually they're going to end up back in our own bodies. We're literally eating fast fashion.
Thank you, Yuan. Megan, what would you say is the biggest benefit of fast fashion?
Well, I've already mentioned the millions of jobs that fashion creates. And you also have to remember that fashion brands are giving us what we want, which is more and cheaper clothes.
Sorry to interrupt, but could I just add something?
Sure, Sarah, go ahead.
You say that fast fashion is giving us cheaper clothes.
Yes, that's right.
The problem is that people know the price of their clothes, but they don't know the costs. 1/10 of all greenhouse gas emissions are due to the fashion industry. Do people know about that? Most people don't know the environmental costs. We use 40 million tons of insect-killing chemicals on cotton every year. How many people, I wonder, would buy fast fashion if they knew the real environmental cost?
Megan, do fashion brands worry about the cost to the environment?
I would say that some of them do. But look, the reality is that these companies, like most companies, are trying to make money. They're not being paid to take care of the environment.
Yuan?
Yes, I just wanted to add something about the future. It's estimated that in about 30 years, by 2050, we will be manufacturing 3 times as many items of clothing as now. That's about 300 billion items every year. Imagine the environmental impact. So, Sarah is absolutely right. Fast fashion has a huge environmental cost, which is going to become much bigger, and we're all going to have to pay that cost.
Okay, I'd like to move the discussion on to solutions to the problem. Yuan, what solutions are there to the problems that we've been talking about?